Greetings, Inquisitors. Welcome to the Holocron. This is the week 176 update for the Darth Loquitur account. I update this account's progress every week, go through all the characters, ships, mods, datacrons, any upgrades we're doing to the account so that you can follow along. Please remember, as we get started, hit that like button. It does help me, helps channel, and I'd appreciate if you could do that. All right, so the target for this week was to get 7th Sister to Relic. That's going to happen, so here we go. We'll take 7th Sister up to gear 13. Got to go make some bronzium wiring, so we're going to go in here and make 263 of these. We didn't make any bronzium wiring last week, so that's 2 weeks worth of progress. Make some chromium transistors in here and catch up on those. Then we'll take this character up to Relic 7 so we can get these 3rd Sister shards going here pretty soon. Still have the Grand Inquisitor to get, but we're trying to set up for that. Going into the skills, we're going to take all the skills up and get that character ready. 5th brother, we did manage to get 7 stars on the 5th brother. We farmed him out of Cantina, so he's done now. I did take him to gear 12 and start collecting the gear so I could see what I need. We're not too far off. We need some Kyros. We need some pieces that we'll pick up out of the shops. Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, we'll get him started. Get him up to gear 8, I think. Put some initial skills on him, get him ready to go. I put together a team here with the Remnant, just to have that earmarked. Take a look at it for possible building or at least use in Grand Arena in a team of some kind. Going into mods, for the gray mods, we get a lot of misses here. Trying that first slice. My rule for gray mods is if they hit speed on the first slice, we keep going. So with a lot of these, they have good speed on them, but slice them to green, we don't get speed for that second roll. Then I lose interest. This one's 7 speed. I hit it again. We got 13 speed, so it did pay off. 7 speed's pretty low, but it was a triangle with offense that had good stats on it. Here we've got a green circle out of the green and blues. So we try that. A couple slices on that. Not a whole lot to report there. In the purples and golds, we didn't really get much to work on there. So I ended up going to 6-dot mods. And I've got a bunch of the most basic slicing materials for 6-dot mods. So I decided to go in here and do a little work. Here we re-rolled on a 21 speed mod. We got 6 more speed to 27 speed mod, so that's good. Here we re-roll into defense, and it goes back into defense twice in a row. And we decide to calibrate one last time just to see if we can, and we get it, but don't get speed. At least we get health out of it that time instead of flat defense. Trying a little calibration on that mod, didn't really work out. We come up here, we got a 23 speed mod. We've already calibrated this thing twice, so we're on a 40 cost mod calibration. We're just looking for something else to calibrate here. Protection into protection, not really any gains there. We find a green mod with 20 speed. We'll do a calibration on it real quick, or I guess we don't do a calibration on that one. It's already been calibrated. Now I'm going through and I'm looking for 6-dot gray mods. It's stuff that we started but couldn't finish at the time that we started it. We got a Wampa here. We hit it. We get speed. Take speed to 20. Take that speed to 22. This hit speed goes to 20. This hit speed goes to 20. So we just missed on a whole bunch of the other mods. That one hit speed, went to 17. So now we're into mods that I made along the way. That one got 3 more speed. This one got 6 more speed. So I'm just hitting this button, and my statistics, there's another one, 15 speed. That one hit 15 speed. This one hit speed. The amount of hits that I got on this, just like everything I touched there at first, I got, what, like 8 out of 10 or something crazy that rolled into speed. But yeah, so I boosted up a bunch of mods that were gray with that initial slice. There I got another speed, and that's going to be it for catching up on 6-dot mods. But that was pretty fantastic. I just like every button I clicked was rolling a speed hit on those mods, so that was fun. Put a little bit of gear on Kyro and start out Baze, get him positioned. We go in and we work with a bunch of characters. We've got all these characters that we've got shards for that we've never taken up to 7 stars. So I take a couple of them up to 7 stars just to get the extra shards into the shard shop. We got POW here that we can take to 7 stars. So we're just doing a little housekeeping on the account. Datacrons, we're going to come in here on Datacrons and try to invest some more materials here. We get bonus mechanics for Empire, so we've got a Doubtcron with an Empire mechanic on it. So we're going to take that all the way to the top and see if we can get something good. I'm looking at it. I want Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, and that's what I hit. So we have a Dark Trooper Moff Gideon Datacron that'll be around for a little while. Working on these Inquisitors, but I don't know. It's maybe worth taking a detour and taking a look at some of these, taking a look at this Moff Gideon team. We're going to re-roll the crit avoidance. If we're talking about a team that's trying to do a lot of damage, the crit avoidance doesn't seem like the best stat. So we roll out of those. We get a bunch of potency. So I don't know that my re-rolls on the stats help that much with what that team wants to do, but anyway, we got it. Here's another Datacron we're going to take up to level 9. We get Lando as the bonus mechanic. And then I go in here looking at the re-rolls, and I'm out of money. I'm out of Datacron development currency. Then I go in here and try to make some adjustments to my GAC, put those Datacrons where I want them, swap some things around here real quick, and get that set up. All right, ship-wise, just again doing a little housekeeping on ships this week. So we're going through, taking a look at all the ships, trying to figure out if there's anything that we need to work on. We've got this Marauder that we started. We can put some more skills onto. So we'll go ahead and start taking these skills up. We haven't developed the Bad Batch pilots very much, but you know, maybe we could use this Marauder as a reinforcement for Grand Arena and such. The Sith Assassin, we've got that character at 7 stars, but we've never even started the character. So here we're going to go ahead and develop this ship a little bit, put mods on Sith Assassin, take the level up, get some initial skills, and just make this ship, you know, at least somewhat viable, put some skills on it. Don't really know that there's a fleet that I want to put it in right now, but just getting it set up for the future. All right, then Plo. I decided to go ahead and take the skill up on Plo. I've got a bunch of the ship Omegas on this account, so I feel like I can take a few of these skills up to their final level on these ships that are kind of lagging. I took Gar Saxon and the Imperial Super Commando up to Gear 12 so I can finish out the skills on the Gauntlet. Looking at this Kyrotech Salvage Bundle, it's $5 for 50 Kyros. And I know some people like that bundle. It's a pretty good deal. It represents about double the value of buying them out of the shop for crystals. There is this pack out of the store right now that they're offering that's got $25. And basically you're guaranteed to get 250. So if $5 for 50 is good, then $25 for 250 is the same kind of deal. Except on this one, there's an upside. You do have a chance of getting more than just the base amount. So if you're investing in Kyro and looking for a pack to buy, this one in the shop right now isn't too bad. All right, and that's going to be about it for progress for the account for the week. A Lando Datacron, a Dark Trooper Moff Gideon Datacron, and a whole bunch of 6-dot mods that got an extra speed roll. That's the highlights. Week 176, we're at 8.93 million galactic power, almost about to hit 9 million. Close to 9 million. Another week or two and we'll be there. 150 relics, 132 zetas, 17 omicrons. JMK's in the top 50 in arena. Executors in top 5. Kyber 2 for Grand Arena ranking. And the project will be to get that 5th brother relic next week. Farming plan's the same. We're working on that B-28 ship, Sear, Tarful, Saw, Keller, and Beck. Fleet energy, getting IG-12. The Marauder is finished now, I think, so we'll take Marauder off that list. And in the Cantina, farming signal data. When I feel like I'm caught up enough on signal data, then we're going to have to farm Cal Kestis. We are working on Jedi Knight Cal Kestis next, so we'll have to farm that up over time. The strategy for refreshes stays the same. We're doing slicing on mod energy 4 times a week and mods 3 days a week. And then the refresh strategy is 3 refreshes on everything and a 4th refresh. Just one of the 100 cost refreshes on mod energy per day. The planning right now is the same. We're still working on the Inquisitors. We got a bunch of stuff that we're trying to get to Gear 12. Tier 3 farming is the Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. We'll get through that. And then we've got some targets down there if we're going to take characters to Relic 0 or Relic 1 to save signal data and bronzium wiring. We've got some targets for that. So while we're working on the Cal journey, we're going to finish out the Inquisitors. We'll have the Grand Inquisitor to build once we get his event done, so that's fine. But between that and the time that I'm ready and relicking the Jedi Knight Cal Kestis journey characters, we're going to have the same situation we had with the Inquisitors, which will be farming up a bunch of Kyro. And having to do that and also relic characters means that I can potentially relic some characters if those characters don't require Kyrotech. So what I'm looking for is all the characters that I either have at Gear 12 or I could have at Gear 12 that aren't really Kyro dependent. So I started making a list. If I relic the B2, then I could have a full relic Grievous team. We've got the B1 relic, we've got Magna Guard relic, Grievous himself. If we relic B2 and then put BB-8 into that team, we could make a Grand Arena offense team. And that team, as I understand it, works pretty well against Starkiller. So right now, in the Grand Arenas that I've been fighting, I've been using Imperial Troopers. My Moff Gideon can be at around can operate around 400 speed in the Trooper team. With Mara Jade, she gets plus 70 speed from the Starkiller. So if she's at 330 speed or less, then we can take that team out with the Imperial Troopers. As I've been playing Grand Arenas, get higher up in Kyber 2, the Mara Jades are all very fast. So we see 335, 340 speed Mara Jades pretty routinely. And those teams are too fast for my troopers to get going. There's a way that you can put Wat Tambor in as the 5th character, use his basic skill to give your troopers some turn meter on the free turn and boost their effective speed. But I don't want to waste Wat Tambor on a trooper team to kill SK. So if I did that B2, then we could potentially take Grievous on offense and make that a Starkiller team. So that's something we could do. With Malgus, I could build Malgus to relics, but again, in Grand Arena as a defense, we don't have Darth Revan built, Bast Lashawn, Malak, all that stuff is still missing from this account. So we could relic Malgus. He's a good character, but I just don't think we have the support squad to make him great. We could do a tank like Baze for Grand Arena defense to put onto the Leia team, for example. K2SO in the Radis team, I don't have a tank at all in my Radis team. I've just got the characters that I built for the Profundity journey. And there are times where I sort of wish that I had a tank. Saying that, though, honestly, I used that team a lot in Grand Arena to take out Qui-Gon Jinn teams that the opponents have put on defense. And it's pretty effective at doing that, and I don't feel like I really need the tank to make that work. So it's a character we could do. It has a purpose, but maybe goes lower on the list. If we're going to talk about this Beskar Gideon, this Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, then Death Trooper and Stormtrooper are needed to finish out my troopers. Scout Troopers already reliced and ready to go. And so we could potentially make a trooper team if we wanted to do that. Padme's still gear 12 on this account. It'd be nice to relic Padme, finally, question mark. It's a good character, but I don't know. I don't seem to find use for it. There is a team with Padme and Moff Gideon that works quite effectively, but again, I use Gideon with my troopers, and I feel like he has a good home there. I'm very comfortable with the way that the troopers run with Moff Gideon in it, so it's hard for me to give that up and try to switch that over to a Padme team. Mara Jade, it'd be nice. We do need Starkiller on this account at some point. We've got the Dash Rendar done, but we've just never had the priority to go back and relic those characters and get the Starkiller. So Mara Jade would be nice to develop toward that. It would also allow us to use a Datacron when we use our Palpatine Empire team, which would be nice. Iden Versio, that relic would mostly be for fleet. I mean, it makes her better as a character in Grand Arena, certainly. But I usually use her on defense, and this would just be more to make the ship good. So if we felt like we needed a better TIE defender, we could do that. Vandor Chewbacca, I think about this often. When I played my main account, my Allura account, I had a relic Vandor Chewbacca, and there are some interesting team comps with that are difficult to deal with. It's not hard for an opponent to deal with it, but it takes a decent team. And if you put them in as a back wall defense after they've already burned up some of their good offensive teams on your front wall, you got some chances to give your opponent some problems with it. So I've been looking at making a relic Vandor Chewbacca to make a defense out of it. It also would make a better use for Enfys Nest. Her usefulness on offense has faded. We don't get quite as much good stuff with her as we did at one time, so it'd be nice to at least put her on defense. We've got a Relic 7 Nest and make use of that. We could relic the 50 RT. She's already gear 12, so it wouldn't take any Kyros to do that. It would be a better droid team, BT1. I put B1 in there, but it's BT1. And 000, I relic those to have them to put in the territory battles operations for the guild. So I've got those characters at relic, but I don't really have a good team to put them in. And, build up some more droids would be good. Sonostaros and Stormtrooper Han, there's an opportunity for a team there. Again, maybe for a GAC defense, and maybe some place to put that Landocron, but kind of lower priority stuff. So thinking through all of these different options, I think what I would like to do, we'll do the B2 first, try to get that Grievous team up and running. And then I really do like the Stormtrooper or the Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, so I think we're going to do Stormtrooper, Death Trooper, Dark Trooper Gideon, and get that team up and running. Then I think I would do Baze, get a tank, add to that Leia team, and then I think Iden for the ship. So just trying to think through all of the Gear 12 things that I could do that would make a difference. You guys have seen my account. You know what I play for those who watch my live streams and are familiar with the account. If you think there's a different Gear 12 character that can make a huge impact, let me know. Again, there's things like Zori Bliss, but in order to get Zori Bliss relicked, I have to get her to Gear 12. And in order to get her to Gear 12, it takes a bunch of Kyro. So remember, the outline for this list of ideas, it has to be something I have at Gear 12 or characters that don't take Kyro to get to Gear 12. Anyway, let me know. If you've got ideas, put them in the comments down below. Be happy to discuss that. Make sure I'm making the best decisions with taking up some relics. And we'll work on that little pool of characters as we're also working our way through that Jedi Knight Cal Kestis journey. And hopefully be able to manage, going back and forth as I get those characters farmed up, getting them ready, and getting some other stuff done for the account to help round out some of these teams. That's going to wrap it up for the week 176 update. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. Remember to hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe, use the notification bell so you know when I'm doing my streams online. And of course, join us in the Discord. There's a link up above. There's a link down below. If you're a new player, mid-game player, if you're not that familiar with the game, you want to be part of a Discord community like ours. You can ask questions. Experienced players will help you understand the right direction to take, the kinds of things that you want to build. and help you out. There's an Ask Loquitur channel. You can ask questions directly from me, and I'll answer them when I get the opportunity. Hope to see you over there. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next Holocron.